Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the KimUnity Solutions podcast, the only podcast that's inspiring humanity and leadership within and beyond the workplace. It is so good to be with you all today. Today, I just want to jump right in and just to remind you that it's time to release. It's time to release. You're holding something in that you've been maybe upset about, maybe disappointed about, maybe hurt, maybe sick to your stomach about. I am always on here talking about getting to the root of the problem, identifying what it is at its core. But what happens after we identify it? What happens after we realize what's at stake, what the problem is, what's at that root? What happens then? We can't stay caught up in our feelings. We can't stay stuck. And I know there's degrees, I know there's stages to that, but at some point we have to release. We can't stay stuck in that negative space. And so I just want to remind you all that it's time to release because suppression breeds depression. Suppression breeds depression. You've identified it. And I know that takes work. I know you worked hard to get there. And now you see what you have to do to overcome it. But in between that, it's time to release. It's time to be thankful that, okay, now I can pinpoint it. Now I know where I went wrong. Now I know the decision that I made was not the best. Now I know that whoever else was at the root of it, you've identified all the prime players and the instances and the things that we maybe have avoided or disregarded, and we've addressed it. Let's not continue to hold that anger, that blame, that uncertainty, all of those feelings. Let's not continue to hold that. If possible, it's time to release and say, okay, great job. I've done great. I've made it this far. I have identified what it is. I can see how I can make it through. I can see the steps that I need to do, to take in order to come out of it. But it's very difficult to move forward when we're still holding the baggage with us. We are still holding it in. So I just want to get on here and for whoever this is for, if it's not for you, it's not for you. I get it. But there's a lot of heaviness in the atmosphere. There's a lot of people out here who have been hurt, who have hurt themselves, who are taking the blame for something that wasn't their fault, who are taking the blame for a decision that they made and you know didn't take everything into account. There's some loss. There's some pain, there's some hurt. And I just want to remind you that you're not alone and it's time to release so that you can move forward. Because when you do not release, you're suppressing it. You're still trying to function day to day, going about your day, going to work, socializing with your friends and your family through celebrations, through holidays, but you have all this weight within you. And by you not speaking about it, by you not sharing it, by you not having any type of outlet, you are creating depression. And when I say release, I am just saying exhale. That's what it is, to exhale. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not any of that. I'm just speaking as a human. If you need emergency assistance or care, call 911. Seek that professional help. But it's time for us to stop walking around holding in all of these different emotions, this anger, especially when you've already addressed it. It's time to release. You deserve it. Your future deserves it. And this is how you move on to the next level. I am your host, Kim, the SME. As always, I am only speaking from my experiences. I hope that you have enjoyed this brief episode. When you are in charge of your own creation, you can make your own rules. My episodes don't always have to be an hour long. They don't always have to be 30 minutes long. I come on here and I say what I feel. And if I can say it in 3 minutes, if I can say it in 2 minutes, then my job is complete. There's no need for me to drag this episode out. I just want to let you know that you are not alone, and there are people out here rooting for you, even though we have no idea what you're going through. But there's someone out there going through something and may come across this episode. And all I'm saying is release, breathe. You've done a great job. You have made it very far, but it's unhealthy. It's becoming unhealthy to hold all that anger and frustration and disappointment and pain and loss. It's stressful. It's creating something even worse. Even if you have not received an apology, forgive. And even if you can't forgive, just say it. I remember I was hurt really, really bad. And for years, even if I heard a person's name, I heard a voice that sounded like their voice, if I saw a picture or anything, I will start to tense up. I would get so upset. And so what I started doing was just saying, I forgive them, because I realized how much it was impacting me. And then I started envisioning how I was feeling all this pain and this other person was out having the time of their life. No second thoughts, no nothing. And I'm the one holding the baggage. So I had to start saying, I forgive them. I forgive them. I didn't even mean it the first 100 or so times. But I started feeling lighter and lighter. And it's helped because I have forgiven them. It will never be the same. It will never be what it was. But I no longer have that weight. And so that is what I mean by release. Let's take it to the next level. I am right there with you. I am your host, Kim, the SME. I hope you have enjoyed this message. I hope that you apply it. I hope that you send it to someone, share it to someone who needs it, even though that they haven't expressed it to you, but you have a feeling about it. It's time to release. I am your girl, Kim, the SME. As always, I am only speaking from my experiences. You have been listening to the KimUnity Solutions podcast. Be blessed. Bye-bye.